This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts for their presentation of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yeah. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
TJ Dawson. I'm the executive producer and artistic director.
I love this. I always love your performances, but you know, I saw Evita a couple of months ago, and obviously Andrew Lloyd Webber did that too. This one is more of a 3D theatricals because it has a message. Evita didn't have as strong a message as this one. What do you think about that?
You know, yeah, it's interesting. I feel like, not sure where you saw it, but I feel like that the messages in shows, like often Joseph gets glazed over, and it usually has a bunch of, you know, like in that finale of Act 1, like go-go dancers and stuff like that, and you kind of can miss the message if you put a lot on top, or if you just don't get to the heart of the story. And what we really always try to do here, no matter what piece we attack, that we're always getting to the heart of the piece, and then the production value, which is typically always really good, we always want to have that, but that's secondary to, we want to make sure that if you took all that away, that the show is still doing its job. So yeah, I'm happy that's coming across.
Yeah, because actually I was tearing up a little bit, and I'm thinking, hey, this has happened to me before in 3D theatrics. For some reason, I tear up a little. Why is that?
I love it. That's awesome. We pour our hearts and our souls into these shows because they're like extensions of our family. So that means that what we're doing is hopefully coming across. So that means a lot. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and congratulations for the new place. This is fantastic. It's beautiful.
Yes, right. We're so excited. I'm literally like still in disbelief that it's even happening. I'm looking around going, is this really our new home? Because it's kind of something to believe. Like, you can't, obviously over the radio you won't be able to, like, you know, you can't see it, but man, get down here and see this venue because it's worth the price of the admission alone, I think. So.
Yeah, I remember when I was in college, I'd always have these plans. You know, where am I going to take a girl for a date? Yeah. It's got to be kind of affordable because I'm not that rich. It's got to be really, really nice because I want to impress her. And all. Yeah. This is it. This would be on my list.
Absolutely, I would totally agree. And we have now the bottom ticket price really is affordable for everyone. You know, there's a section and a seat for everybody. So we hope everyone comes down to check it out.
Probably the same price as a 3D movie.
Oh, absolutely. With the prices of movies these days, you can come and see something live, and it's roughly around the same price. So yeah, no, it's I think well worth the price of the admission.
And again, so far, it's only intermission right now, but I thought the actors were fantastic. Oh, yeah. Singing was great. I actually know a few of them because actually I've interviewed a few before. Awesome. They were fantastic back then. They're still fantastic. Awesome. I love the scenery. I love the sets. And I love the costumes, and I love the acting too.
Yay, that is awesome. I love to hear that. Yeah, this is a brand new production, so it was all kind of built and designed around this new concept. So thrilled to hear you're liking it.
Okay, great. Well, thanks again. Fantastic so far.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Justin Anthony Long. I play Joseph in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the Cerritos Center for this weekend and next weekend. And I'm an actor, writer, director based in LA, and really happy to be on the radio, I guess. Joseph is a well-meaning guy who has dreams where he sees these visions of, you know, maybe the future, and he's in a huge family, and he's really excited and has a lot of charisma, and he doesn't always take his brothers into account, and he's sort of aloof up top in the show. And then I think during the show he sees the error of his ways and sort of sees the light, and you know, asks for forgiveness and takes other people more into consideration, and like becomes a completely changed person. Yeah, so he has a big arc in the show. He changes a lot.
I love this performance. I loved you in this. It was fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it, and thanks so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Not only was your acting on, but also your singing was fantastic, and the directing. I was so moved by it. I was actually crying.
Oh, well, that's, you know, major kudos to our director Mark Kudish and choreographer Shannon Lewis and music director Corey Hirsch, who just really took the show and elevated the material and really, you know, strive to tell a really deep, moving story and really bring out the heart, and they really strive to just have really good seamless storytelling from moment to moment to moment to moment. And yeah, I mean, I'm so impressed by what they have done here, and I'm so thrilled to be a part of it.
You know, one thing I always do is I always ask the actors, the ones that I really admire, if they can give any advice to some of the people who are listening. And this story is about someone going through hard troubles. Some of my listeners are community theater actors. They've been trying to make it in the business for like 15 years. They don't get paid anything. They're thinking about giving up. What kind of advice could you give them?
My advice is to not quit ever. If you really love this and want this for yourself, don't quit. And it's you have to endure a lot because you have to keep putting yourself out there, and you may not always get a response, but eventually you will if you just trust what you're doing, believe in yourself, and keep fighting, because it's only a matter of time, and you just got to keep letting people know what you do, so that you got to share your gifts with the world so that people can respond to you, and you'll be performing at the Cerritos Center before you know it.
I thought that was really appropriate for this type of story too. So I just love you. You're fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Oh, of course. Glad to be here.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Oh, Charlotte Mary Wang. This is my first show with 3D Theatricals. I play the narrator. I'm from San Diego originally, and I moved up here to LA to do some acting. The narrator, what I think is fun about this take is she's a little bit more integrated in the story. She kind of takes the perspective of different characters, and it's not kind of like a god figure that just sits and watches, but she's actually intertwining. She's moving things. She's taking on the shape of other characters. Like, it's really fun. I get to interact with everyone, which is really awesome.
Actually, the narrator usually doesn't have much of a story arc, but in a sense, this is a story. I mean, it's written down. It's not like, it's a movie or anything like that.
I think it's really cool the way that Mark directed us, and he gave me a lot to work with. He goes, I want you to have an arc. I want you to go through the journey with Joseph. So I don't want you to just sit there and know what's going to happen. I want you to be surprised, which has been really awesome, because I get to discover something new every night. It's not just, I'm here to sing the words. I get to discover things as well.
Well, first of all, I also love your singing, because you're fantastic.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. A lot of high notes, but I'm steaming. I'm constantly steaming backstage and on a vocal rest. I'm trying to take care of myself. It's a lot, but it's fun. It's so much fun.
The entire performance was fantastic. First of all, I've seen this a few times and all that. This is actually a very good take on it. I love the costume. I love the way it pulled at the heartstrings. I was actually crying a little bit during it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what is awesome about this take, it's different. It is different, and I think it's refreshing, because we all know Joseph, and like you said, you've seen it many times, and it's refreshing in a way that I think everyone kind of takes something new from it, and it really does tug at your heartstrings. My friend, she came last night, and she said she was crying the whole time, because she said it's so relatable and it's such a good message.
Sometimes I ask advice from the actors I really respect, because a lot of my listeners are either students or community theater actors, and I ask them, what's the best advice you can give them? Well, suppose they're like a community theater actor, they've been working for like 15 years, they're thinking about giving up, it's such a hard, but they really love it. What do you suggest they do?
Oh my gosh, I'm completely in that boat, because that's me a lot of the time. I'm just like, it's such a tough career, but if you really can't see yourself doing anything else and seeing yourself being as happy as you are on stage and affecting people and telling stories, then there's really no other career you should go for. It's one of those careers where you just keep going. Trust in yourself and just enjoy the ride. And it's hard sometimes when you feel like it's so slow and it's tough, but it's really worth it when you have experiences like this. It's so worth it.
Because I was actually thinking about stories like that while I was watching the story, because it's about overcoming difficulty, being thrown in jail.
Exactly. I think that my friend, after she saw the show last night, she's like, Charlotte, we are Joseph. We are Joseph. Like, we go through so many trials, but then there's going to be a great outcome, and you go through so many ups and downs. You got to keep going. Yeah.
I love the performance. I loved you in the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Brian Dobson. Still sort of new to California, been out here about 3 years. I was in New York for 20 years, touring and doing musical theater mostly on the road and in regional playhouses. I was Jacob and Potiphar. Jacob is Israel, and he loves his sons deeply, but Joseph is a special one because he and then Benjamin were the two sons of his most beloved wife. And so this is really a deep blow to lose Joseph. I think it really undoes him, because it's not just the loss of that, it's that final connection to the woman he loved the most. So
I thought you guys were fantastic. I just loved it.
Oh, it's been such a blast doing it. It's actually my 4th time doing the show, and this show can almost be done as a cartoon. And I feel like Mark and Shannon, our director and choreographer, and Corey, our music director, really approached it from storytelling and just telling the story clearly and truly. And it's so much more meaningful as an actor to play it that way.
Yeah, I was actually tearing up a little bit because there's just something different. Because I've seen the other ones; they're okay. I've seen Evita, Andrew Lloyd Webber, they're fine and all that, but this one just, I don't know, it just tugged at my heartstring. I was feeling really, I was just crying.
Yeah, well, there's a real beautiful simplicity about the piece, and I think as long as you focus on that and stay true to it, you are going to be moved, because it's a moving story, and it's a piece of all of us.
I also love your singing. You guys are fantastic. I just love the musical tremendously. Yeah, thank you very much for being on the show.
It's my great pleasure. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Edred Utomi. I'm playing Levi and Pharaoh and Joseph at 3D Theatricals. So the take we did on Pharaoh in this production was a little less Elvis and a little more James Brown feel to it. So when I came in for the audition, I sang it up the octave because I felt like that was easier for me in my range. And the director cast me, and we talked about it, doing a more James Brown feel. And I think it works because it takes place in Egypt. So I think it works for me and my skills. And Corey Hirsch, our musical director, rearranged the music, and it's incredible. And so I'm happy and thankful to be able to perform it every night.
my viewers actually remember you from the San Diego Rep.
Yeah.
Where you were playing.
Yeah.
And actually, you were actually just an actor there, and I thought, well, you're a great actor. I didn't know you were such a great singer.
Yo, well, thank you. Yeah, I've been doing musical theater since I graduated in 2013 from college, and I primarily do that actually since I've been out. I did a lot of plays when I was younger and in high school and college, but since I've been out, My Manana Comes is actually the only play I've done in a couple years. So yeah, that was a great experience to get back into my acting roots. But my musical theater is something that I've been trying to work on a lot. So yeah.
Well, you were fantastic tonight. It was standing ovation. You again, again, you just brought the house down.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's good seeing you again. Good seeing you. Thank you once again for being on the show.
Of course. Thanks for having me. Anytime.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Jason Peter Kennedy. I've done Assassins, I've done Little Women, I've done Love You Perfect No Change, just to name a few.
And which character did you play tonight?
Ruben. He's the eldest, he's the brother, he's in charge of all the other brothers, so there's a lot of moments of he gets very, protective, very insecure about his brothers being, not taken care of, so there's a lot of great moments of indulgence and just looking over his flock, so to speak.
I love this performance. I thought you guys were all fantastic. I thought you were fantastic too.
Very kind, thank you.
Yeah, because I've seen this a few times and all that. Some of them I didn't think it was the best Andrew Lloyd Webber show out there.
Okay.
But this one here was different. You guys told a very lovely story.
Yeah. Mark, our director, and Shannon, our choreographer, and Corey, the music director, they really took what was there, has been there for a long time, 30 some odd years, and saw where they could tweak it and heighten it and find different little innuendos and really just kind of flip it on its head as much as possible. Turn some of the songs into a little bit more of books, like My Number. We kind of flesh it out a little bit, turn it into a bit of a scene while we sing it. So it creates a completely different evening for the folks who normally know Joseph. It's not the normal one you come to see often.
Yeah. I was thinking about when I was seeing this show about actors who they have to struggle a lot.
You go to 100 auditions to get the one, and that's what makes the joy of the theater. You do it for yourself, you do it for the audience, and obviously most of us aren't in it for the paycheck. So you go out there, you hit the pavement, and you put the work in, and eventually it pays off. You do a great production like this. I've been auditioning for 3D for 3 years and never got hired, and then I get hired to this, and it's a fantastic experience. So it really makes it all worth it. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel, the cherry on the sundae. Any euphemism you want to think of. It's a real joy when you finally get that part you work so hard for.
Yeah. And I guess it's happy star for you because you did a fantastic performance. A lovely piece of art you guys put together.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I'm glad you liked it. That's how we do it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
I'm Dennis Kyle, and I play Simeon in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I had a long career over at Disney. I had a Disney decade working for the theme parks, both here and in Japan. And then I toured the world doing Disney in Concert, which is a symphonic philharmonic concert that I did with them as a soloist for a handful of years there. I've done some recordings for Critzerland Records, and I can be heard on Walt Disney Records on their re-release of Sleeping Beauty and Mary Poppins. So I've been very blessed throughout my life. Musical theater is kind of my home. I play Simeon, the French brother. He sings those Canaan days. My take on Simeon, basically, this is a fresh new version that Mark and Shannon have created. And so it goes back to the actual heart and story, the old biblical tale, and back to the lyric that Tim Rice put forth. And so basically he is the brother that feels that he misses Joseph the most, and that they made a mistake in getting rid of him back in the beginning, so that by the time that the famine arrives, there's some guilt there and some remorse. So I think the entire journey for him is this kind of pull, where he really misses his brother, and he feels that he needs them back. That the family unit has been broken because of that, and that's why they're in such trouble.
I remember the first time I saw Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was okay. I mean, I like that song. I like the song you said.
Sure.
It seemed a little disjointed, though, not going into the story. This one, it went really well together, and I don't know how you guys did it.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you so much. I think there's this sense of family unity in this, and the way that they directed it went right back to the heart, and that there's nothing more important or powerful than the family. And the way that Canaan Days comes across, it comes out of nowhere, and out of this big production number with Pharaoh, all of a sudden you go back to Canaan, and you've got all of these brothers that are sick and hungry and remorseful, and what they're hungry for is the connection with their family unit, and there's nothing more special than that. And so we're so blessed to be able to play that every night. It brings a tear to my eye, and I'm very, very fortunate, very blessed.
A lot of my listeners are community theater actors or they're students, and they've been trying to get, working for like 15 years for nothing. They get paid nothing. They get rejected all the time. What kind of advice can you give them?
Been there. Never give up. Never give up. Never let anybody tell you no, don't, or can't. You are everything you need. And if you have the courage and the strength to be comfortable with yourself and realize that you are beautiful in whatever shape you're in, whatever ethnicity you are, however tall, however short, your weight, whatever, and you don't know, but you could be the one thing that casting director or that director or creative team is looking for. When you never put the doubt into your own head. Get rid of that junk, that stuff that says I can't do this, I'm not right for it, somebody else is better than me, they have a better voice, whatnot. You never know what they're looking for, and you may walk into that room and so-and-so may have had a better voice, or so-and-so may have had Broadway credits, or this person may be a better dancer, whatever the case, but you may have that spark that is just right for that role. And all you have to do is go in there and own yourself and think, I'm going to help you with your casting choices. And if I'm not right for you, I'm right for something else, and God bless you and be safe. Have a great day. Thank you for seeing me. That's kind of how I try to attack everything, and I've been very blessed so far, so very lucky. Good luck to everyone,
I was thinking about that during the show, because Joseph, he was in jail. He was in the same type of journey.
Most definitely. It's a rough journey for Joseph, and I've played Joseph before. It's a very big arc for him. To be sold by your family, to be the favored one, and yet the hated one all at the same time, and then to have your family turn against you completely and nearly kill you, but then sell you off into slavery, and then to be there alone and helpless, not knowing what your fate is, but knowing that there's this gift and there's this vision of something greater and something better for you and a purpose. We all have a purpose. I think our journey is to always strive to find what that purpose is. We may never find it in this lifetime, but it may not be for us. It may be for somebody else. I hope that what I do is a testimony for somebody else. My life journey and my experiences, it's not necessarily for me. It's not about that. There's a bigger picture that is beyond me, I hope. I like to think that. And so I teach. I do all sorts of other stuff, for young actors, and I hope to inspire, educate, and entertain. That's what I love to do. To get paid to play is just the most amazing thing. But even free theater. If I'm passionate about it, there's nothing wrong with free theater. If you're doing something that you're proud of, it's an amazing gift to be out there at all. To bring a bunch of people from all walks of life. Some people sick with deadly diseases. Some people going through divorce. Some people just got a promotion at work. Sometimes it's positive. But you bring people from all walks of life, put them in a darkened theater together for a couple of hours, and have them feel and think something different that may make them walk out of the theater with a renewed sense of self. That's the gift for me. So
Well, I loved you. I loved you in this show.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Yeah, I love the performance, and it really shined through because I was very moved by this performance. Because
Well, all too often, like Joseph has become this kind of campy, cheesy, over the top, in your face, segmented piece of self-indulgence, I guess, for lack of a better term, where the meaning gets lost. All too often the meaning gets lost. But there's a real good moral there. There's a real good story there. Whether you're a religious fanatic or not, people that are not Jewish or Christian or anything can come to this and still be inspired and educated and entertained and not feel that they've been preached at. Because it's not that kind of a biblical tale. It's just about hope and togetherness and loyalty and redemption and all these positive things where yes, you may make mistakes. We all make them. But there's a chance to make it better and to do right. And that's what I hope we try to do every day.
Yeah. Well, once again, I loved you. Thank you very much for being on the show.
I love you too. I love you too. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Brandon, Mike. I'm from New York, here doing Frozen, and just doing Joseph here.
Okay, and which character do you play?
Judah. He sells his brother into slavery, and then he regrets it, and he saves his other brother, Benjamin.
I thought it was fantastic. I loved your scene. You guys were outstanding.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Nick Morganella. This is my third production with 3D Theatricals. The previous two were The Addams Family and Beauty and the Beast. I played Dan and the Baker. The Baker, he's an interesting guy. Well, it's a pretty high stakes. There's two of us, one's gonna stay alive and one isn't. And so the butler goes first and tells his story and he's safe. And so that sort of raises the stakes for me, and I gotta do whatever I can to make sure I get out of there alive.
I love this performance. I thought everyone was fantastic. I thought you were fantastic too.
Well, thank you so much. It's so much fun to be up there.
Could you give a little advice to my listeners? A lot of them are community theater actors, a lot of them are students. They've been working for like 15 years. They don't get paid anything. They go to auditions, they get rejected all the time. The thing about giving up, what kind of advice can you give them?
Well, unfortunately, with what we do, there's going to be yeses and there's going to be nos. My best advice is just to continue, not only to persevere and to keep trying, but to continue to let yourself grow and change as a person. The person you start out as when you start this career is not the person you're going to finish as. And so, my best advice would be just to learn from those around you and continue to audition, continue to get experiences, and continue to grow, and you'll only find success.
I was thinking a lot about this during this show because Joseph himself went through really hard times where it looks like he wasn't going to make it, but he made it at the end.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he's a true test of just what perseverance can do, and you go into it thinking one certain way about him because he seems like he's the favorite or he's favored, and so that sort of has its own connotations to it. But you realize he goes on this crazy journey, and he learns a lot along the way about humility, about forgiveness, and that's I think what really is at the heart of this story.
Well, once again, I thought you were fantastic. I thought the whole production was fantastic. Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Hi there, my name is Brady Stanley, part of the cast of amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat down in Cerritos. I grew up in Arizona, came to college at UCLA, and now I'm down here in Southern California doing theater and film and TV. I play Gad, one of the brothers, and I also play the butler to the Pharaoh. In order to understand the take on the butler, you got to understand the take on the Pharaoh. From my understanding, he's kind of a crazy guy, so I really don't understand why I've been thrown in prison at first. And then, I get released, and it's this whole crazy thing. So I've been trying to kind of walk on eggshells around the Pharaoh. Well, at the same time, I'm trying to maintain that sort of, I'm really enjoying my job air around this guy so they won't throw me back in jail.
I love this performance. I thought you guys were fantastic.
Thank you so much. It's been such an amazing ride with all of our audiences because they've seemed to really enjoy it too.
I love the singing. I love the dancing. I loved everything about it.
Thank you. Yeah, our director and our choreographer were this husband and wife pair, and it was so nice to come to rehearsal every day where they would just say, here's what it is, let's work on it, let's fine-tune it, and let's throw it up on stage.
One thing I was thinking about during this play was it's almost like an actor's life where, because a lot of my listeners are community theater actors or students, and they've been working on it for like 15 years, they don't get paid anything, they just keep trying to do it, going to auditions, getting rejected. And the thing about giving up, what's your thoughts about something like that?
The thing about giving up?
Yeah.
The thing about giving up is you can't. I've kind of imagined it as a brick wall that you just have to keep You just have to keep hitting your head against it again and again and again, and eventually the wall will fall. It's just a matter of time and patience, and it's all about the preparation. Because sure, you can try to hit your head against the wall in a specific way, but unless you know that you need to do this and this and this, you know, and have your product developed and go in prepared and all this, then that wall won't fall nearly as quickly. So.
Because I was thinking about during this show, Joseph, he went through a lot of problems. He was in jail. It looked like the end for him. He didn't give up. So what do you think about that?
I think it's a really timely tale for all of our present day actors, especially if you haven't been getting work, or if you haven't gotten work in a while, or even if you are booking work, but you still feel like you're not in the place that you want to be. I think it's just a really awesome tale for anybody who needs to hear it.
Once again, I loved you. I loved the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Katie McConaughey. I grew up in Iowa. I moved out here several years ago, and I've been working all over Southern California. This is my first show with 3D theatricals. Third time doing Joseph, and I'm having a blast.
A lot of my listeners are here are students or they're community theater actors where they've been working for like 15 years. They don't get paid anything. They go to auditions. They get rejected all the time. They think about giving up. What's your take on something like that?
It's always hard, and we always face a lot of rejection, whether it's being paid or not. It's just about being you and loving what you do and knowing that you are enough. And sometimes you can almost be too talented to be in the cast. Sometimes you stand out too much. It's never because you're not good enough. So I was always taught that for every 20 no's, you get one yes. So you just hold out for the yes.
I was reminded of that during this show because Joseph, he went through a lot of troubles. He was thrown in jail. It looked like he wasn't going to make it. Did that inspire you in any way?
Yeah, and he still comes out on top, and he always has a smile on his face, and he's just a good person, and good things will eventually happen to good people.
Once again, I loved you. I love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Gavin Leatherwood. I'm the swing for this show, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's been an absolute blast working here. I've worked with 3D theatricals 2 other times doing Damn Yankees, which was awesome. So much fun. 3D theatricals, it's always a joy. And I actually did 3D theatricals first show way back when I was a little bit younger, when I was 15 years old, and it was Peter Pan. And I got to play Slightly Soiled, and it was just a blast. Like I said, you know, it's always fun working for 3D theatricals. They're the best. Producers are on point, and director's always great, and choreography. It's all fun. I love it. What was my take on it? Oh, it's great. I mean, Joseph is such a classic show where we've seen it done so many different ways, and you know, they often rely heavily on the dancing or on the songs, and sometimes you forget that the most important thing that we as storytellers need to do is convey that story. And I feel like under the direction of Mark and Shannon and the musical direction of Corey Hirsch, they really hit that nail on the head with the storytelling, and I think it comes across. I've seen the show from every angle as the swing. I get to watch it every night, and you know, seeing it from the front and from the back, they seem to never really miss the beat, and they tell that story, and you can feel it, and you see it in the reaction of the audience too, and there's just so much love and you know, so much connection when you watch it.
And once again, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat will be playing at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts from October 14th to the 23rd. For more information, go to www.3dtshows.org.